In this lesson, we will learn how to use the Graphs application. We will examine how to plot graphs and change the window settings. On your handheld or your computer software, open up a new Graphs application. We will examine the parabola y equals x squared. So let's just type in x squared and we've got our parabola. I'm just going to remove that label, and to do that I can click on it and press the delete key. I get the default window settings that on the x-axis go from -10 to +10. To change my window settings, everything is located under the menu key. So press the menu key, come down to option 4, window zoom, come across and we're going to choose option 1, which is window settings. Now my X-min, I'm going to change that to -5. Press the tab key to take you into the next entry box. I'm going to change my X-max to +5. Tab again. Now X scale is the scale division along the X-axis. I'm going to change that to the number 1 so that I have an X scale of 1. Tab again. My Y-min, I'm going to choose -5. Y-max, I'm going to choose +10. Tab again, and the Y scale, I'm going to choose +1. When you're happy with your window settings, you can press Enter or OK. And your screen is resized. If you wanted to view a grid on that window, to do that, we could go Menu, come down to option 2, which is View, and then come down to number 6, which is Grid, and we want to view a lined grid. We can see the grid now appears on our window settings. Note that the grid has got rectangular divisions indicating the aspect ratio is not square. If you wanted a square aspect ratio, we could go to Menu, come down to Window Zoom, option 4 again, press your up arrow, and option B on your keyboard, or Zoom Square, will give you now a 1:1 aspect ratio. I'm just going to undo those window settings. So to do that, I could go Control and then the Escape key, which is Undo. Another way of repositioning my graph is on your touchpad, you can hold down the center key and just move your graph around to resize your graph. You could also grab your x-axis or your y-axis and slide the hand symbol in and out to resize that window also. If you wanted to go back to the standard window settings, we would go Menu, we would come down to Window Zoom, option 4, and option 5 is Zoom Standard. We go back to the default window settings. We could also zoom in to a certain part of this graph. To do that, let's press the menu key again. Come down to Window Zoom, option 4. Let's go to option 2, which is Zoom Box this time. First corner asks you where the first corner of your zoom box would like to be. So position it where you like and click. Then drag your box over the area that you want to zoom in on and let go, and you have zoomed in to that required area. When you're happy with that window setting, press Escape. Another way of zooming in or out is to press the menu key again, come down to option 4, Window Zoom, and this time we're just going to zoom in, option 3. You just click on the area, the center of where you want to zoom, click, and you can zoom in as many times as you desire. When you're happy, press Escape. The other thing that we can do is change the color and the attributes of your graph. To do that, you would click on the graph. On your handheld, you would press the Control key and then the menu key. On the computer software, that is equivalent to doing a right mouse click. Let's come down to option 3, which is attributes. And you can change the line thickness. You can also change whether the line is continuous, dotted, or dashed. When you are happy, press enter. To change the color, we can right mouse click again, or on the handheld, it would be Control followed by the menu key. We can come down and change the color, option B on your keyboard. Let's change the line color and let's choose, say, red. And that way you can change the line color as well. Another thing that we could do is draw our graph over a specified domain. To do that, press the Tab key, go back up, and let's edit our original function. To put in a domain, we press the Control key, and then above the equals, there is a series of math symbols. So it's Control equals, and you get a little template open. We want to choose the conditional formatting command, which is that vertical line. And we are going to graph this parabola over the domain -1 less than equal to x less than equal to 2. And it will graph our parabola over the domain -1 to 2. Press enter. Now it doesn't look like you have graphed it over that domain. That's because of our window settings. So what we can do here is we would go menu, come down to window zoom, and we can then go down to option A, which is zoom fit, and it will zoom to the area that you have specified. Let's open up a new graphs application. So to do that, we'll insert a new page, Control Add Page. We're going to add in a new graphs application. We are now going to graph a piecewise or hybrid function. To do that, press the math template, which is next to the number 9 on your keyboard. And we're going to choose that math template there. We're going to graph a parabola. So x take 3 squared, and then add 1. And we're going to graph the parabola over the domain x bigger than 1. We're then going to jump into the second box and graph a straight line. And our straight line is going to be x plus 4. And that's going to be graphed over the domain x less than or equal to 1. When we press enter, we will see our piecewise or our hybrid function. That is all for this lesson. Be sure to check out the other lessons in this series.